Today I'm going to be drawing my redesigns of the Amazing Digital Circus characters. Not that the designs are bad, because I actually love the designs. I'm just designing it in a way as if I made the characters, this is how I would design them. But I didn't draw Kane for this video because he's hard to draw, first of all, and second of all, I drew almost all of these in one day, and I was burnt out. And he's not I don't know. I'm not gonna put him in this video. Maybe another time I'll draw him. But this is Pomni. I really like the idea of making her hat extra big and adding bells to her shoes and her hat. Because the little pom-poms, I just imagine them as bells, and it would be so cute. But there she is! I love her so much! Look how cute she is! Now we got Ragatha. I really like Ragatha's design, but I'd imagine her to be a bit bigger. That's just the way I imagine her to be. I don't know. And it kind of fits to that soft, fabric fluffy doll. It makes her look a lot more like a doll to me. Like a rag doll. Less, I don't know. Her original design looks a little more like a figurine to me. Except the hands. Her hands look like doll hands, like a rag doll. But I wanted to make her big and very approachable, very cute. She kind of reminds me of the mom friend. But I didn't change too much about her design, really just the way her face looks, and I made her bow bigger, and I made her hair a little darker, but it's still red, and then the dress is the same, it's just poofier, and I made the collar a little more vintage looking, because a lot of the dolls and rag dolls that I grew up seeing at my grandma's house had cute clothes that were a little more vintagey, because they're vintage, duh, but not much changed about her design or her colors, just made it a little bit more, not dull, but just a little more dark. And but I added little stitches on the patches on her dress and her facial features, but you can't really see it very well because it's zoomed out. But look how cute! I really like the way she turned out. You can see the stitches on her patches right here. Here we got Jax. He's a little stinker. I didn't change too much about his design. I like his design. I just felt like making his face shape a little different and his ears more like how I draw bunny ears, just because I wanted to do it that way. Made his pants a little more baggy, but honestly, there's not that big of a difference with the design. And then I also gave him the bow because of the finale episode. Just a cute little touch. But yeah, the colors are the same, really. I didn't change too much. I think his design's pretty cute. And I made the bow sparkly, so it doesn't, and I made the outline of the bow different. I made it the red color instead of the black outline to make it look like it's Ribbit's bow, But look how cute! I really like him. He's just so suspicious and mischievous. Now we got Kinger. His design's pretty perfect, honestly. He's just a funny little guy. But I just thought of drawing him a little more geometrically, just to make him look a little more goofy. And then I made his cape look a little bit different, his robe, his king's robe. But it's the same colors and everything, it's just a little bit different. Honestly, it's just he put on a different robe and is holding a staff. Like, it's not that big of a difference from his original design. But like I said, I made it a little more geometrical and like rough edges to make it look a little silly and goofy. But I thought he was pretty cute. He's a little bit too easy to draw, so I don't really love the way that it turned out. But I still think he's pretty cute. Here's Gangle. I love Gangle and she doesn't get enough attention, but this drawing took me the longest to draw. Drawing all the individual ribbons, like holy crap. But I thought making her look like she has really baggy sweater and pants on would make her fit her like sad, melancholy vibe a little bit more. But of course that meant I had to do a lot of effort with each ribbon, and not all of them are very accurate the way that they're positioned, but I don't really care to fix them because not everybody's gonna zoom into my artwork and just like pick out the bad stuff, you know. I just don't really care. I think it looks cute the way I made it, and I put in the effort that I wanted to into it, so I'm proud of the way it turned out. And I like how I changed the outline, the line art of her ribbons to be a red color to kind of separate it from the mask. I thought that was cute, and it took forever to erase all the little individual parts. But I was watching YouTube essays while drawing, so it went by pretty fast because I was preoccupied with videos. But I gave her it's kind of a big bow, actually. I gave her a big bow on the back of her. Just a cute little detail because I like it when ribbons are formed into bows, and I just think it's cute. And I added some lighting to make it look more like a ribbon. But I just thought it was super cute. Like, look at Gangle. She just deserves more screen time and appreciation. I love her. Now we got Zooble. It was really hard to figure out an original, like, redesign because I thought that their design was already perfect with the different toy parts. The only change I really made was I dislocated all of the limbs. That sounds really creepy, but I just made everything float. I thought that looked a little cuter, but honestly, whatever. And I made, instead I didn't do any line art on this one, I just did coloring to give it a different vibe. So I like the way this one turned out, but I'm sad I couldn't come up with any creative redesign ideas. I just couldn't think of anything that was too original. I just made everything float, but I really like the way they turned out. They're so cute. Like, look at the Zooble. It's just a Zooble, that's a Zooble. A Zooby Zooble. That's so cute.